Hey guys, I'm Daddy Plant, and I fix brown leaves, not broken hearts. Today we are stepping into the wild, wonderful, and slightly eerie world of carnivorous plants. And we are starting with one of the most fascinating and exotic houseplants you can grow, the Nepenthes, also known as the tropical pitcher plant or monkey cup. Nepenthes are not just plants, they are living traps. Native to the steamy rainforests of Southeast Asia, Madagascar, and Australia, these incredible plants have evolved specialized pitcher-shaped leaves that act as deadly pitfall traps for unsuspecting insects. The pitchers are actually modified leaf tips that hang from the end of a tendril, filled with a sweet digestive fluid that lures, drowns, and breaks down prey. In the wild, some of the largest species, like Nepenthes raja, have even been known to trap small rodents and lizards. It's a plant that eats meat, and it's available to grow on your windowsill. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how to keep a Nepenthes happy indoors. We will cover the two main types of plants, their lighting needs, the secret to watering them with the right water, the perfect soil mix, humidity and temperature requirements, feeding your carnivorous pet, and common problems you might encounter. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We put out new plant care videos every week, and I don't want you to miss the next one. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever grown a carnivorous plant? Are you brave enough to try a Nepenthes? I would love to hear your stories. Now let's get started. First, let's talk about the two main types of Nepenthes because this will determine how you care for them. There are generally two groups based on the environment they come from, lowland species and highland species. Lowland species come from tropical jungles at sea level. They like it hot and sticky all the time. They need daytime temperatures from 70 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit and warm nights. Highland species, on the other hand, come from misty mountain slopes. They prefer warm days but cool nights, with temperatures dropping significantly at night. The good news is that most Nepenthes you find in garden centers are hardy hybrids, like Nepenthes cross ventrata, which are much more forgiving and can adapt to average room temperatures. If you are a beginner, start with a hybrid. It will be much more tolerant of your home's conditions. Now let's talk about light. Nepenthes are sun-loving plants, but they need the right kind of light. They thrive in bright, indirect light. Think of the dappled sunlight they would get under a rainforest canopy. A spot near an east or west-facing window is absolutely perfect. They can also handle a few hours of direct morning or late afternoon sun, but you must protect them from the harsh, scorching midday rays that can burn their delicate leaves. If you don't have a bright window, full-spectrum grow lights are a great alternative. You should run them for about 12 to 14 hours a day, keeping them about 8 to 10 inches away from the plant. If your Nepenthes stops producing pitchers, the most common reason is not enough light. Increase the light intensity gradually, and you should see new pitchers forming. Now let's talk about the most critical aspect of Nepenthes care: water. This is non-negotiable. You cannot use regular tap water. The salts and minerals in tap water, and especially in bottled mineral water, are toxic to these plants and will slowly kill them. You must use rainwater, distilled water, or reverse osmosis water. In terms of watering frequency, Nepenthes like to be kept consistently moist but never waterlogged. You should water when the top of the soil starts to feel just slightly dry. Do not let the soil completely dry out, and never let the pot sit in a puddle of water for extended periods, as this can cause root rot. A good method is to water from the top until it runs out of the drainage holes. During the winter months, you can reduce the frequency, but the soil should still stay damp. Always use room temperature water. Cold water can shock the roots and slow the plant's growth. Now let's talk about soil and pots. This is another area where Nepenthes differ from your average houseplant. They need a very specific, low-nutrient and well-aerated soil mix. Do not use regular potting soil. It is much too rich and will suffocate their fine roots. The best mix is one that mimics their natural environment. A classic recipe is 50% long fiber sphagnum moss, 20 to 30% perlite or pumice for aeration, and 20% orchid bark or horticultural charcoal. This provides excellent drainage while retaining the necessary moisture.
When choosing a pot, plastic pots are generally a better choice than clay or terracotta. Clay pots can leach salts and minerals into the soil, which can build up and harm the plant. Plastic pots also retain moisture more consistently, which is what Nepenthes prefer. Repot your Nepenthes every 1 to 2 years in the spring. You should repot if you see roots growing out of the drainage holes or if the soil has broken down and looks compacted. When you do repot, be very gentle as their roots are fragile. Simply move the plant to a slightly larger pot and fill it with a fresh, low-nutrient Nepenthes mix. Now let's talk about humidity. Nepenthes are tropical plants and they crave high humidity. They thrive when humidity levels are above 60%. In drier homes, especially with air conditioning or heating, you will need to take steps to increase the moisture in the air. A dedicated humidifier is the most effective solution. You can also group your plants together or place the pot on a pebble tray filled with water. A bright bathroom or kitchen can also be a great spot. Misting the plant regularly with a fine spray of distilled water can also help, but it's not a substitute for overall humidity. Good air circulation is also important to prevent fungal diseases, so a spot with gentle airflow is ideal. Stagnant air combined with high humidity can lead to mold and rot, so keep the air moving. Now let's talk about temperature. As we mentioned, most hybrid Nepenthes are quite adaptable. They are comfortable in the same temperatures that you are, generally between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. They are tropical plants and do not tolerate cold. Protect them from temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit and keep them away from cold drafts. Highland species need a noticeable temperature drop at night, ideally around 50 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Without this cooling, many highland species, like Nepenthes villosa, will simply refuse to grow and will eventually die. Lowland species, on the other hand, can handle warm nights. So when you buy a Nepenthes, check the label carefully to see what type it is. Now let's talk about feeding. In the wild, Nepenthes get their nutrients by catching insects. Indoors, especially in a clean home, they might not catch enough. To help them thrive, you can feed them. Drop 1 or 2 small insects, like a dead fly, cricket, or mealworm, into an active pitcher. Do this once a month or so. You can also use a very small amount of a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer, like a diluted fish emulsion, spraying it on the leaves and into the pitchers. A pinch of an Osmocote slow-release pellet dropped into a pitcher works well too. Never feed them raw meat or human food, as this will cause the pitcher to rot. The pitcher is designed to digest insects, not steak or cheese. Also, don't feed the same pitcher too often. It needs time to digest each meal, and overfeeding can cause the pitcher to die prematurely. Now let's talk about winter care. During the winter months, with shorter days and lower light levels, your Nepenthes will slow down significantly. This is normal. Pitchers may stop forming, and the plant may not grow as vigorously. During this time, you can reduce watering slightly. The soil should not be completely dry, but it can be a little drier than in summer. Do not fertilize during the winter months. The plant is in a resting state and cannot process the nutrients. If you are using a grow light, keep it on for 12 hours a day to prevent the plant from going completely dormant. For highland species, winter is actually a good time for them because the nights are naturally cooler. Now let's talk about porganization. Propagating Nepenthes is a great way to grow your collection. The most common method is by stem cuttings.
Take a cutting from a healthy, mature plant. The cutting should have at least 3 leaves. The top 2 leaves can be left intact, but the lower leaves should be removed completely. Make a clean cut just below a node. Dip the cut end in rooting hormone powder to encourage root growth. Plant the cutting in a pot filled with a moist mix of sphagnum moss and perlite, burying the bare stem about an inch deep. Place the cutting in a warm, bright place with very high humidity. A propagation box or a plastic bag over the pot works perfectly to trap moisture. It can take several weeks to a few months for roots to develop. Be patient and keep the humidity high. Now let's talk about common problems. Let's go through them one by one. Problem 1. Pitchers not forming. This is almost always due to low light or low humidity. It's also common in winter when conditions are generally less favorable. Increase the light intensity and humidity, and you should see new pitchers forming. Problem 2. Brown, crispy pitchers. Pitchers naturally die back after a few months, which is normal. However, if many pitchers are turning brown and dry prematurely, it is often a sign of underwatering or low humidity. Increase your watering frequency and boost the humidity. Problem 3. Yellowing leaves. This often points to a watering issue, specifically overwatering or poor drainage, which leads to root rot. Check the soil. If it is waterlogged, you may need to repot into a drier, airier mix. Problem 4. Yellow leaves with green veins. This is a sign of chlorosis, often caused by mineral buildup in the soil. This happens when you use tap water. Make sure you are using rainwater or distilled water. Problem 5. Brown spots on leaves with yellow halos. This is a sign of a fungal infection, often exacerbated by stagnant air. Remove the affected leaves, improve air circulation, and treat with a fungicide like neem oil if necessary. Problem 6. Mold on the soil. This is usually caused by keeping the soil too wet with poor air circulation. Scrape off the mold, increase airflow, and let the soil dry out slightly more between waterings. Problem 7. Root rot. This is the silent killer, caused by overwatering or poor drainage. Look for wilting, yellowing leaves and dark, mushy roots. If caught early, you can repot the plant, cut away the rotten roots, and use a fresh, well-draining mix. Problem 8. Pests. Yes, even carnivorous plants can get pests like aphids, mealybugs, and spider mites. Treat them with insecticidal soap or neem oil, but be gentle. Here's where you come in. Drop a comment below. What do you think? Would you add a Nepenthes to your plant collection? I'd love to know. Now let's talk about the top mistakes beginners make. The first mistake is using tap water. This is the most common error. It's a slow poison that causes leaf burn, yellowing, and death. Always use distilled or rainwater. The second mistake is letting the soil dry out completely. Nepenthes are not succulents. They need consistently moist soil. The third mistake is placing them in a dark corner. They need bright light to produce pitchers. The fourth mistake is overfeeding or feeding the wrong food. Human food will rot the pitcher and kill it. The fifth mistake is ignoring the type of Nepenthes you have. A lowland plant will not survive in the cool conditions a highland plant prefers. Now let's talk about the different varieties. For a beginner, Nepenthes cross ventrata is the best choice. It's a hardy hybrid that tolerates a wide range of conditions. Nepenthes Lady Pauline is another hybrid with beautiful spotted pitchers. Nepenthes St. Gaia has bright green pitchers with red spots. For highland species, Nepenthes villosa is famous for its toothed peristome, and Nepenthes raja is known for its massive size.
but these are more challenging and best left to experienced growers.
Let me give you a few quick answers to common questions. Are Nepenthes safe for pets? Yes, they are considered non-toxic to cats and dogs. How big do they get? Most houseplant varieties will grow to about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Can I put my Nepenthes outside in summer? Yes, you can place it outside in a sheltered spot with bright shade, but you must bring it back indoors before the nights get cold. What's the easiest Nepenthes for beginners? Nepenthes cross ventrata is a fantastic choice. How do you clean pitchers? There is no need to clean them. In fact, the liquid inside is essential for digestion. Do not pour it out. Let's wrap everything up. Nepenthes are the fascinating carnivorous gems of the houseplant world. Give them bright, indirect light and never let them sit in the dark. Water them only with rainwater or distilled water, keeping the soil consistently moist. Use a chunky, low-nutrient mix of sphagnum moss, perlite, and bark. Provide high humidity with a humidifier or by placing them in a bright bathroom. And feed them occasionally with bugs or a weak fertilizer to help them thrive. Here's the most important thing to remember. Nepenthes are not your average houseplant, but they are not impossibly difficult either. They just have non-negotiable needs. The most common mistake is using tap water or letting the soil dry out. If you can get the watering right and give them good light and humidity, you will be rewarded with one of the most incredible conversation-starting plants you will ever own. Before you go, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave me a comment. Would you try a Nepenthes? What's the most interesting plant you've ever grown? I'd love to know. Also, what plant should I cover next? Sundew? Butterwort? Something else? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care of your plants and they will take care of you. See you in the next video.